Good morning, Zio here. Well, I kind of stumbled on my word for a second. Anyway, today's probably going to be a short video. We're talking about Cyberpunk 2077. There's not really a whole lot to say. However, it is a thing that's going on. So go ahead, grab yourself some coffee and join me for this itsy bitsy tiny short video that may actually last longer than I expect it to, because we know me and how I like to go off on different tangents and talk about other things. So let's get into it, shall we? And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you need to go ahead and do so now. Ring that bell for notification, like the video if you like it, dislike it if you decide you dislike it, and share it out across the interwebs like something. Oh, I don't know. I want to say cancer, but that's bad. don't share. I don't want to be a cancer. Anyway, no, but seriously, today we're talking about Cyberpunk 2077. We got some quality coffee of some kind in my cup, a little bit of milk, because that's just what I went with today. So, what do we got here? What is this? What is this exactly? This is Cyberpunk 2077 with a delay in release to September 17th, 2020. And you're probably saying, but didn't we cover this once already? You're right. You're absolutely right. This is not the one we're covering. But the game is being delayed once again, as this has floated around the timeline of the Twatters. Honestly, I'm not sure who was sharing this, but I saw it a few times on the Twatter timeline. And let's see, this is straight from Cyberpunk itself. So that's where I got it from. Straight from the Cyberpunk timeline on the Twatters. But we've decided to move the launch date of Cyberpunk 2077 from September 17th to November 19th. Those of you who are familiar with the way we make games know that we won't ship something which is not ready. Ready when it's done is not just a phrase we say because it sounds right. It's it's something we live by, even when we know we'll take the heat for it. At the same time, we are fully aware that making such a decision costs us your trust, and trading trust for additional time is one of the hardest decisions a game developer can make. And despite we think it's the right decision for the game, we'll still like to apologize for making you wait longer. Our intentions is to make Cyberpunk 2077 something that will stay with you for years to come. In the end, we hope you understand why we did what we did. At the time we were writing these words, Cyberpunk 2077 is finished, both content and gameplay wise. The quest, the cutscenes, the skills and items, all the adventures Night City has to offer, it's all there. But with such an abundance of content and complex systems interweaving with each other, we need to properly go through everything, balance game mechanics, and fix a lot of bugs. A huge world means a huge number of things to iron out, and we will spend the additional time doing exactly that. This week, journalists from all over the world are starting to independently play the game. We are eager and quite stressed to hear their opinions, as well as see your reactions when they publish their previews right after we air Night City Wire on the 25th of June. We hope this will satisfy some of your hunger for the game as we work to polish it for the November launch. And there's not really a whole lot to say. They're delaying the game. Yeah. So why are we delaying the game again? To iron out bugs, right? To fix out things. A huge world means huge number of things to iron out, and we will spend the additional time doing exactly that. Okay. I don't know what to say, to be honest. If journalists all over the world are starting to independently play, obviously they got a copy of the game, so I guess they're beta testing it for them in a way. yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have to wait longer for Cyberpunk 2077. So, with all that, uh, no, I'm not gonna end it just yet. But it is nice to see them continue to iron out bugs and stuff, and they want to get this thing as perfect as possible. And I get it, I understand. And yeah, I mean, they really are, or we're putting a lot of trust that is what they're going to do, and they're not going to come back on their words, and we're not going to get slammed with some outrageous microtransactions or something like that. Just out of nowhere and all this other stuff, and they want to polish the game, and that is totally fine. That's okay. I mean, after all, what was it? Yeah, so polishing up the game. I'm repeating myself at this point, so I will leave you with a quote. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad, I believe is the quote from Shigeru Miyamoto. And that rings true with a lot of things. You can take, for example, now we're going to a down note, Fallout 76. Definitely feels like a rushed game. It was bad. It's been bad. It's a little bit better now, but all in all, in my opinion, it's still a bad game. And the opinion of several other people out there, of course, it's still a bad game. Even though it's gotten better over time, it's still a pretty bad, terrible game to begin with. And that's just one of those things that you can just sort of look at and go, that quote really does ring true in a lot of things. And then sometimes there are outliers where if they work hard enough and long enough on it, eventually the game becomes something that it originally was supposed to have been during launch, and people are more satisfied with the product at that point. But, still, when a game launches bad, it launches bad. And that is going to be the one thing that people most notably hear about. Another example is Final Fantasy XIV. I heard nothing but bad things about that. As a result, I never touched it for the longest time until from Hills vs. Babyface did a couple of videos comparing World of Warcraft ESO and Final Fantasy XIV back to back and showed them off, which actually got me to go out and try the other two games, especially Final Fantasy XIV, because to be honest, I kind of forgot it existed because it's very bad launch. But in the end, when it was shut down and redone and rebirthed into Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn, it was like a completely brand new game of what they were trying to do to begin with, and it worked out a lot better. So you kind of got things on both sides there, but I'm just glad they're not going to rush it out there. They're going to go ahead and fix as much as they can. Time will tell if it was worth the wait. And let me know what you think down in the comments below. I will see you later. I will talk to you later. There we go. See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.